am just live from Italy. I want to show you my view. Um, so I just really got this microphone, so I thought I'd just test the live stream and see how it works. If you can hear me clearly, and just to have a little mini catch up because so much is changing and has changed, and I'm super grateful for my life right now. And yeah, let me just show you the view because it's sick. So this is the view from like my bedroom. Let's see if I can just shift this a bit. Yeah, how sick. So I've been in Italy for about 2 weeks now, and it's been brilliant. I spent 1 week in Venice, and then I also um, landed up coming here to the mountains. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I have been here, like I spent a week in Venice, so you'll see the preview of the vlogs come out on my shorts. So when I went to Thailand and Portugal, I should have updated the shorts then and there because it was so challenging to vlog post the trip, like to recreate that experience really. So this time I'm doing things a little bit differently. I've also don't have much time in between everything that I'm doing. I'm like traveling so much. So um just a quick update on what's kind of happening. So I sold my van and I'm super grateful. It was the best decision for me to do this because it would have just given me a headache. It would have been really challenging to keep on a van. So I've started a new short series, which is about just being a full-time traveling digital nomad. And through the short series, I'll show you like stuff I've paid for, my travel hacks, my accommodation hacks, like how am I navigating this full-time digital nomad living. And that's really a lifestyle all inclusive of like the balance between work-life balance, me being more mindful for myself. So, like, why am I embarking on this journey in the first place? Do you know what I mean? So the reason is because I need to be happier. And actually, just today is a really good example. So I've woken up extremely bloated. I'm really like lethargic. I'm struggling to get out of bed, and my body's just like, no, it's had enough. So I've been super grateful. I ordered some supplements off Amazon, like this little cute little microphone I'm holding and tripod stand so I can film more on the road, and it's like I could do more lives like this, and the audio quality is better, the the video is not shaking too much, and the angles are better, etc., etc. But so I've been really uncomfortable with my stomach for the last week. I've been eating really well, but just from traveling since January, from Thailand, Portugal, being back in the UK, being in the van, my lifestyle was not sustainable for me at least. So I'm really just embarking on this journey. Number one, for my health. Number two, for my happiness. Number three, for freedom and really going all in. You know what I mean? Like it's all or nothing right now. So I came. How am I in Italy? So I decided to do a world packers, which is um, you part-time volunteer and you part-time you can be a digital nomad. So I basically decided to sell my van because in the UK I don't have the option of crashing at someone's house for a long period of time. Obviously, you'll need to contribute towards rent. And to be honest with you, when I looked at it from objectively, I was like, hold on a second, what would my life look like if I stay in the UK to try to resolve this no van situation? Or if I go to Europe, what does this look like? Or if I travel the world, what does this look like? And to be honest with you, my heart was set on the sun and a better lifestyle. And World Packers allows me to volunteer part-time, so I'm paying rent free and I only have to contribute towards my food a little bit, but that's basically it, which is great. I get to work, and so I'm going to be based here for 3 weeks, and this is in the north of Italy. It's been so amazing already. I've loved it every minute of the my time here. I've also got to I spent 1 week in Venice, where I was like a digital nomad. I got to figure out like hostel life, and I got a private room for the night because I had a workshop to host with my work, and I needed my privacy because there's no private booths or quiet spaces in the hostel, of course. So a private room was necessary, and I booked a private room rather than 2 hours in a meeting room in a co-working space because it was cheaper. Um, well, the value exchange, I might as well just have my private space rather than just 2 hours of my private space in the difference of 20 years. So you can see that in the short that I've just uploaded. But yeah, so I really am going to try to go live as much as possible. Hopefully I can go live once a week. That will be fun to hang out. Um, and just talk and just wing it and just chill with you guys and just, vibe and really talk about what's happening for the week a little bit or what any more updates, because it seems to be like every month my life is just increased change, 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 change. Now I've got some really cool plans coming up. I am traveling again next month. So in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be traveling for 3 months in a certain area, and I can't wait to share with you. I'll be going to two more places, well, technically three more places that I've never been before in my life. So I've never been to Italy in my life. I've never been around Italy. So Venice was tick off. I've come to North Italy. I'll be traveling again this weekend, actually, which is really exciting. But just locally within Italy. So I'm going to try to travel as much as I can here locally, but not too much because I have to think about my budget and my financial situation. And I'm still working. This is like I'm still have my full-time self-employment going on, and then trying to be as much as I like a content creator, because I really love content creating, and that actually having the sound of the car, that's really good for me to test out this audio as well. So anyway, so um every Sunday we've got um every Sunday we'll be having the weekly vlog come out. I kind of want to just be a little bit, I want to take these vlogs to the next level. So I want to spend more time on them. I want to storytell more. I want to make, like, I'm always trying to improve my editing. I do all my editing myself. And last year I downloaded Final Cut Pro. So I'm just trying to improve this experience. I messed up yesterday. I uploaded my video at the wrong time. I just really wanted to get it out, and I should have just uploaded it in the evening, really. But anyway, every Sunday you'll be having a new video come out, and then I'll have my daily vlog. So I'm really enjoying short form content in terms of storytelling within a minute and a half. And what I started to do is I have this little journal called my KIF Nomadic Journal, of course. Um, and the one mistake I did when I was in Thailand and in Portugal is that I didn't capture the moments when I needed to by writing it down. So obviously you'll have like a vlog style. So the vlog is to have the 1.5 minute videos is like a mini vlog towards the bigger vlog that's coming in the future, because it will make more sense for me to capture different audiences on different platforms. And this is the type of content that I'm really love creating because I want to make sure that at all times I'm making content that I love. Okay. So then, so for instance, I've got started writing it down in my little journal. Um, so this was like the script of how I started to write for my you've got two shorts that are up already. So every day, 7 p.m. GMT time, there'll be a vlog, a little daily vlog out. Um, and if it's not a daily vlog, it's likely to do a tips video, I reckon. But there'll be a short form out every day at 7 o'clock. So then I started to realize when I'm traveling, I'm noticing a few things that I would like to give to my audience because, like, I'm very comfortable with traveling, right? I just wing it. That's my way to travel. I land up getting to, for instance, Venice. I didn't even think about transport. I didn't even think. Like I was just like, oh, it's Europe. It will be all right. You know what I mean? But when I got off the flight, I was like, sugar. I just see this woman go straight to this ticket office, like not ticket office, but like a vending machine, ticket machine. And I was like, I just see everything in Italian, and my mind just goes woof, like, oh goodness, I should have done some research. So I quickly take out my iPhone, use my common knowledge of let's just Google where my hostel is. Yeah, and luckily with the roaming, my data, I checked. Always check roaming before you get to the other side, just in case you might temporarily need internet if there's not free Wi-Fi at the airport. Okay, for some reason, just have a backup. So I checked it and it just said Venice Mestra because obviously Venice is a place where it's like the Venice Lucia, which is actual Venice, the whole pretty Instagram version of Venice. But Venice is a whole area, right? Where you've got Venice Mestra, which in my opinion is like downtown Venice because it's more rough and dodgy where I was staying. Okay. And this is where most of the hostels are where you go. Because if you have accommodation in Venice, it's like literally, what is it like? You got 40, 50 euros a night for like something simple for hostel. And you've got these campsite areas, which I'm not sure about either because you don't know how far you need to travel. So I just stuck to a hostel, which was absolutely fine. But getting from the airport to your hostel, so there's buses and things like this, which is really, really cool. So I really enjoyed navigating that. It was so easy actually. It was just like cool 10 euros. And I was just thinking to myself, I hope I've just bought the right bus ticket, yeah. But outside, there are people standing. And to be honest with you, the Italians are really good at speaking English, like really good. So I found that was very useful. Obviously, you try to communicate in the native languages, of course. That's my go to that I usually do. But yeah, so all these little tips and things like this, I think I will record another video labeled to what? I don't know. Maybe we just do impromptu lives where I just chat about different experiences. I don't know. I'm just kind of intuitively going here. I felt the need to go live to test out this audio equipment because I just bought it for like 30 euros, which was really useful. And a stick because I just wanted to up my game here. But yeah, so I've got all these little prompt videos of like tips, ideas, and things that I want to share with you, which will be so the short version will be on shorts, of course. So this will be across TikTok, even YouTube shorts, and what's it called? Instagram. So enjoy these. These will still be as fun. And then what I'm thinking of is doing these like improv lives. I might just dedicate each live to a certain like Um, like for instance, go getting into Venice, how to navigate from there, or my tips on accommodation as a digital nomad. Like I'll have some type of theme. I will talk about it, and then if there's anybody in the chat or if we're having a little update, then it's like an improv kind of pop up live podcast in that way, because I'm trying to be a bit more resonant with like all my content. I want to share the most value, but I know with all these platforms, you've got to use every possible feature possible to try and grow and get a better reach and things like that. So yeah, I'm trying. And also doing lives. I love the fact that I don't have to edit this. Like there is no edit. There is just go live, have fun, let's talk, engage with your audience. Last time there was loads of questions back and forth and conversation, which I personally love the most is I like to interact with everybody. And then what I love with the vlog videos is that you there's more creativity in those, and the shorts is also I'm really enjoying making these short form stories. Like how do I express all these events into like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, which can be quite challenging. So yeah, I just love practicing this like creative muscle within me. But yes, I just thought this was just like a quick impromptu live, because I was really enjoying going live. Like when was it? Uh, I was really enjoying going live in the van because I basically invested in this iPhone. So this iPhone was, I think, the iPhone 12 Pro, which I bought cash. And I invested in this iPhone because it was what I loved about Thailand is that it just was an easy way to navigate and to pop up record and get good quality content. Because one thing I noticed whilst traveling and trying to record content, it's so difficult. Like all these YouTubers make it look so easy, but it's really not that easy. So you especially when you're like you've never been to a country, you're trying to navigate around, you also need to remember that, oh, you need to flog this moment, you need to flog this moment, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then you need to watch how people's body languages are, because like when I was studying Thailand, in Suratani, and I just got my bus ticket, so I bought it online that morning. It was crazy. And just to backtrack a second before that, I took a 10-hour train from Bangkok to Suratani, got in at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and was supposed to get in at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have much sleep. Was like, my belly was feeling sick. And then there was no grabs you can get by the station. And I landed up going from uh, what's it called? Going from the station to my hotel, well, my apartment thing, and the taxis, you had to just pay cash with the taxi driver there, and there was no grabs at the time in the morning. And good thing I had cash, and I had this random Dutch guy join my taxi ride, and the guy still charged me 300 baht, which I thought was a bit of a rip-off. He was cheeky. And at the time, I couldn't even flog that moment because I needed my iPhone to show the guy Google Maps. Literally, when I showed the guy Google Maps, the guy was like, as if the driver never saw Google Maps in his life, which was hilarious. So trying to like, he's just like shouting in the taxi, like freaking out. This taxi driver, I've got this random Dutch guy in the car as well. And we're just like, it's like the funniest thing in the world. But you can't really flog that, can you? Because everything is going on. But then as soon as I got to the apartment, paid my bahts, of course, and I was just like, whatever, like I'm happy just to be here. And then go up to apartment, check in. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning now. I'm exhausted. Check out at 12. So I've got like what 7 hours, or 11 o'clock. I've got like 6 hours to sleep and shower and relax. And at the same time, I need to quickly flog and do things. And then then I realized, oh my goodness, in the morning, I need to book my ferry to Koh Samui. And obviously, you don't know how frequent the ferries are, like how fast it's going to take, how do you get there, where's the ferry port, all these things, which, of course, in a normal world of not being spontaneous and organized, it would be absolutely fine. And you can just go um, go and have a planned itinerary, but that's not the way I travel. Yeah, I'm a bit of a like, I like to go with the flow, and it kind of creates more adventure in that way. So trying to be spontaneous in the moment and then grab your vlog. And then I remember when I started to record in my apartment room, and then I realized, let me just get a grab there before I start vlogging, because what if I miss I miss it. And these I think that was like the last ferry of the day as well. So it was hilarious. So when I got to this ferry like ticket office place, so there's this thing called, I think it's 12 to go or something like that. That's an Asian like train line, and it shows you what available. So it was like a combi bus journey plus the ferry for like a certain amount of baht. So I landed up going a grab from my apartment to this place where I'm supposed to be taking like a mini bus. And then it's like a travel agency, I would say. Then there's like a little bit of like coffee and whatever. And the lady said, put my bag here. But I'm like, but why must my bag be there if I'm going to be boarding? Like, this makes no sense. Like, they would keep telling me to put my bag down. I'm like, why am I supposed to put my bag down? So I put my bag down anyway because they said to me like three times. And I was just like, I'm confused. And obviously the language barrier is for real. So I sat down and I started to vlog again, and then the these guys were just like blah 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 next to me, and I was just like, something's going on here, and you just see people start to get up, and I was like, right, that's what I mean. You've got to be so observant when you're traveling, just because you just don't know. Um, so yeah, that was quite entertaining for sure. And especially just navigating all of this whilst how you don't know what's going on. So how can I inform you on the camera what's going on? But you also want to capture these moments. So that's kind of the challenge with trying to be in the moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need, obviously, if I'm honest, what I actually need is a DJI um pocket, which has got everything. But that's like, the one that I want is about 380 pounds. And right now, I need more cash flow to be able to invest in equipment. This is sick. I've just spent 30 euros on this cute little microphone, which is sick. And then the tripod stand. I've got my iPhone already. So I've only spent like 40 euro or 45 euro, which is like 40 quid. And I'm okay. I'm good to go. This is what can I can use for the meantime until we can invest back into ourselves. Yeah, because what I've realized is, as much as, so plans change. Mine, at least. I will have like, I'll go, okay, this is my plan. This is my plan. And then I get to a situation, I go, okay, the plan needs to change. So I'm like constantly updating my plan, which is hilarious. So um, I might seem like I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing, because I always go, no, no, no. I always like to optimize everything. So I'll do one plan, but if I feel like a plan's not going well, I'll optimize it so that we like, you evolutionize your plan eventually, right? Anyway, so the theory was, okay, I'm going to spend 3 months in Europe. It's going to be sick. Um, and then I started volunteering, and there's no set day. And I'm busy doing business and marketing volunteering, by the way. It's really awesome. So it's 20 hours a week. You manage your own kind of hours, kind of working. It's just very intuitive. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, that's how I work anyway, is being a digital nomad. I work for many clients. I got many clients, and I work for myself. I've got my own brand I'm building at the same time, plus content creation. So I'm always juggling a lot. So I decided to um, uh, whilst I was here, I was like, okay, I cannot do this for 3 months because Europe cuts off on the 22nd of August. I need to get out the EU because of the Brexit thing. Yeah. So because of the van being sold delayed for like 2 weeks, I literally, I'm not even joking, how I came to Venice was um, you've got, what are, sorry, you've got 48 hours to make a decision of putting my stuff in storage, selling the van, packing my stuff, booking a flight, getting out of the UK. 72 hours in total. I did that from deciding I'm going to move all my stuff for storage to getting on a plane was 72 hours. And that is insane. Like, I can't even tell you. So I landed up being here. I only booked this world packers trip, this one trip, which is only supposed to be 3 weeks. And then after 3 weeks, I was going to go find another volunteering. Ideally, it was going to be either in France or Portugal or wherever here, but no one's got back to me because it's too late. Obviously, everybody's already figured out what they're doing for July. Maybe potentially August, I could figure out, but um, I'll have to spend money in between August and July, and I can only do 1 month at a time. So it would have to be like mid July, which again, people have already sorted out. So I was in this bit of a situation like, what am I going to do? So I've had to relocate because the only places that I could potentially go to is Greece, Krakow, and like Athens, Greece, Krakow, Poland, and Turkey, Istanbul, for my budget because bro, we're on a budget here. Yeah, like we aren't the hugest budget ever. So it's important for me to have like watch my pennies. But another thing to just bear in mind here, I have my own business, okay? Managing my clients right now whilst me working, and you're constantly speaking, because when you're volunteering, you're not just volunteering those hours. It's you're socializing, you're having a good time with people. Like you have to also be present in that experience. So what I decided is that the best thing for me to do is find my own space. So I'm not going to say anything more because you've got to keep watching, of course. But there is a few updates coming, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't know. Put in the comment section if you've really enjoyed this live and you like this improv vibe. Maybe I labeled this as my Kif Nomadic Journal podcast, and I'll just I'll use this lives as a podcast feature, and I'll repurpose the audio on like Spotify or something. So I reckon so. I think that will be a good thing because there's just so much to share. Um, there really is, and especially with each location, I think I really like it. I like the one thing about podcasts is that you just edit it and then it becomes like annoying. Like the maintenance of a podcast is annoying, but I really love podcasts. So anyway, this is a wrap of a quick little update test of audio. Now that we've got the equipment going, we can now proceed forward. Please subscribe and keep following my Kif Nomadic Journal because it's time. It's time we go all in, baby. Ciao, ciao.